So the motorsport thing, that was roughly around that same time period. And ironically, it was also with my best friend growing up, Tyler. And that was probably in that like 10, 11, 12-year-old time frame. I mean, I had seen races on TV and stuff like that. And I was always watching because I loved the sounds of them. I liked the way race cars move is just so graceful to me. And I was just always thought that it was the coolest thing. But real exposure, and the thing that probably I would say if there was one experience that like got me hooked on the racing side of it, it was when we were probably about 10, 11 years old, and his dad took us down to Ennis for the Fall Nationals, the NHRA.
For people that don't know, in south of Dallas, big drag racing strip, NHRA, years and years of...
Oh, yeah.
Basically, a lot of the people, that's where they would go and see what their car could do for some of the, open stuff.
Yeah, and it's one of the few tracks, well, now with Royal Purple gone in Houston, I think it might be the only track in Texas that Top Fuel can run on. I could be wrong about that, but...
Those tracks are kind of, unfortunately, dying by the wayside because of growth of suburbs and stuff like that.
That's one thing I could rant on that for hours.
Yeah.
Why would you...
Have you been to any of those other tracks?
Down to like Royal Purple in Houston or...
Across the country, Royal Purple, whatever.
Mostly in Texas. I've been up to like Thunder Valley and Noble. Obviously, spent a lot of time at Ennis. Spent some time at North Star.
Did you ever go to that 8th mile that was in like Denton or Sanger or wherever it was up there?
That was... I sometimes get the names mixed up, but that was North Star, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
just right off 35.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Unfortunately, that one's
it's like
another one that and without going into a big rant on this, it's what's always bewildered me. It's like, oh, you don't want to hear race cars. Why would you move right next to a racetrack? And the same people that complain and get those shut down are the same people that complain about people racing on the street. It's like,
it's like that double-edged sword. Because at the time, those tracks were so far out.
Yeah.
Especially in Dallas-Fort Worth. If I could just use that. I don't know these other locations, and that's what they say happens, so I can only use what I kind of see in Dallas-Fort Worth is, I haven't really seen one shut down because of the expansion, but I would imagine that even if the people were okay with the noise, that property value goes up. And so the person that owns it's like,
yeah,
$15 here and there, or
the
big
noise and the insurance. I know insurance.
Yeah, insurance probably
cost.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, because
you're just basically waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, because for a time, I mean, we were kind of spoiled for at least for 8th mile tracks because we had North Star, Cannondale, Yellow Belly. That's a little bit of a rougher place. Now I think it's called XRP. It's still there. Paris. And then Ennis. So there was like, anywhere you lived in DFW, there was a track at least within an hour of you.
Yeah.
But now most of them are gone. And, Royal Purple down in Houston, where they have traditionally held Texas 2K, that was a track I thought was never going to go. And now it's like, wow, Royal Purple is gone.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And like, how much longer is Ennis going to be?
Yeah, it seems like I hadn't been down there in so long, so I don't even know what the expansion or anything looks like down there, like what's around it. I don't even know. But
yeah, and a lot of times it's not even houses. I mean, like Cannondale, I think it's Cannondale, or it might be North Star. It's just a parking lot for 18-wheelers now.
Yeah.
They just store trailers.
That one was probably not the property value going up as much as it was, like you said, probably insurance. And it's like, how much are you really charging somebody to come out there to run?
Yeah.
And so you just can't make the numbers work.
Well, hopefully we got years to come on NS, but...
Well, you got a better shot when like NHRA runs on your track.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, and so that was before I kind of went off on that little mini rant there, my bad. Tyler's dad took us down there. And it was the first time I had seen like pictures and videos of Top Fuel tracks. So I was seeing them on TV, but in person.
Well, you had a big race. So you can get up and close.
From me and you.
almost.
Yeah. And they're all,
I didn't realize that until I went there. I mean, I was probably younger too, but that was interesting.
well, so the core memory for me there was they were getting ready to run. We wanted to be like right up on the fence. We wanted to see, so we were like sitting on the fence, on this like chain link fence along the side of the track. And his dad goes, you might not want to sit up there. And he was like, it's loud, and it's, they put out some, like, I mean, those things they're earth shakers.
Yeah.
And we were probably about 10, 11 years old, and we're like, we're fine. No, we're fine. We want to be on the fence. And when they took off, when they launched, I mean, it about shook us off the fence. And I was like, the idea that something could possess that much power and be fundamentally the same obviously when you get into the more esoteric stuff, obviously very different, but fundamentally the same as the engine that's, in your truck and in my car. But instead of putting out
10x, 100x.
Yeah. I mean, they make about 11,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
And so that was like, okay, this is racing. And so from there, I had always loved circuit stuff. I loved Le Mans. I loved the GT America stuff. And so it's just an obsession.